We are very appreciative of new Redskins cornerback Kendall Fuller to take a few minutes to talk with us here via Zoom. Kendall, thank you very much for the time, dude. Let's start here. How weird is it to be a new Redskin when you used to be a Redskin?
It doesn't seem as weird as people think. I feel like it feels like just like signing to another team. I especially think with it being a new coaching staff and things like that. Some players that I still don't know yet in the locker room and things like that. But it's gonna feel a little good to walk in a building, that's familiar, guys that are familiar, people on the staff that are familiar and things like that. So it's gonna be fun and also comfortable at the same time.
You get to go say hi to Miss BJ. That's gotta feel good.
Exactly. Miss BJ, PK, Black. So it's gonna be fun.
That's cool. How many of the guys that you were close with are still there, though? I mean, the secondary has really turned over since you were in town.
Yeah, it's definitely different, but just having guys like Fabian, Shays, talking to G Stro, who was at tackling me and things like that. So it's definitely gonna be some new faces, but like I said, just having those little bit of familiar faces is definitely gonna make things easy.
How is how has the process been? I know you said you kind of let your agents handle all the business stuff, and then once the offer came in, that's when you got interested. Who did you talk to? Like, did Ron reach out, Jack Del Rio? Just because normally you would go to the facility, take a physical, sign a
Right,
contract, meet everybody. So how is that
right.
going in this coronavirus world?
Well, for me, I feel like you know initially when free agency starts, I feel like the teams mainly deal with the agents until offers kind of come into place. The main person I talked to a lot was Coach Harris. He was in Chicago with my brother for a year. Knew my oldest brother, so I talked to him a lot. And I think they're still trying to figure out. Because the first thing I asked them was what was their plan, what was the plan, for my role and things like that. I think they're because I'm such a versatile player, they're still trying to figure out with the different guys that they get in free agency, whatever they're trying to decide, in the draft and things like that. But I think I can play any position at a high level, and I'm just excited to get in there and get started.
Well, and you started to really show that in KC, where you were all over the field. Your success in DC was mostly inside, playing that nickel corner, that slot corner role. What do you want to do? If it's up to you, where do you line up defensively?
I mean, I love corner, while at the same time, I think I even want to play corner more because it's like as soon as you move inside to the nickel, so many people just put limitations on you. They doubt you. They tell you can't do something where you really just haven't had an opportunity to do it yet. And, that's one thing I haven't really had the opportunity to do since I've been in the league, mainly just because of my situation coming into the league. While at the same time, I also love the versatility, love doing so many different things. So, you hear the people saying, oh, he can't really play outside. And it makes you want to get out there while at the same time I show my versatility. So not letting those words affect you too much and things like that. But honestly, um, I just want to be in a position to just go out there, have fun, make plays. It's not even a thing I stress about because I feel like I can go to any position and play at a high level and help the team win. So it's it'll definitely be fun to go shut people up, shut some people up, just knowing that I can go ball on the outside while at the same time I love, what it does for defense for a guy to be able to go out there and play any position and just how much it helps the defense. So whatever we need to do for me to win, I'm gonna be excited to do.
It's a mature attitude, and it's not. I'm not surprised that's your attitude, just knowing you a little bit from even when you were a rookie and such. How much does having your brothers play in the NFL help you to kind of see the big picture of the football team?
Yeah, it definitely helps it a lot. Just being able to go to them, talk to them, just the small conversations that you have throughout the weeks after games. My oldest brother, he'll, every off season, beginning of the off season, he'll just send us a big text or just little stuff that he thinks we can work on. For me, it was just, they come in there to play corner. Make sure you're ready for this. Work on these things. If they ask you to go in there and play nickel, work on these. Make sure you're ready for this. Safety, work on these. Make sure you're ready for that. So just always having those guys that can look forward for me, help me out, and just be able to talk ball with me. It's definitely been helpful for me.
I don't want to hold you too long because I appreciate the time. I know you've been doing a bunch of media stuff. How cool was it to catch an interception in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it was fun. I tell so many people that so many people ask me about the play, like, dang, like you really went on top of dude's head like that. And I was like, man, honestly, during the play, I didn't even realize that I did that. I kind of didn't realize what I did until I saw the play in the locker room with all the guys. But it was definitely fun just to end the game like that, for us to end the game on such a big play and a high note and seal the victory. And just the celebration after, after the game, the parade, and things like that, just that enjoyment, that excitement to bring in a Super Bowl to Kansas City. It's definitely an experience that I can't wait to bring back to DC and want to work to for DC fans to experience that. I know they had the Nationals, the Capitals, so we gotta get the Redskins on board.
You know, Ron Rivera has been to Super Bowl, hasn't won it, but people that have played for him say that practice is much more intense. I've heard in your comments talking about how Andy Reid ran practice, that it was much more intense. And
Yeah.
Ron Rivera is kind of on that Andy Reid coaching tree many years ago in Philly.
Right.
Now that you've seen life in Kansas City and you can compare it to your first stint in Washington, how far away were things with the Redskins to what real winning and playoff wins mean?
I mean, it was definitely different, but I don't. It's hard to say that there's not a right or wrong in anything. You know what I mean? That was just
Yeah.
Coach Reed's philosophy. That was how he did things. And Gruden necessarily wasn't like that. It's not a right or wrong because his method of how Gruden did it was, you want to take care of guys' bodies. You want to make sure that they're healthy. You want to make sure they can last the whole season and things like that. And I feel like in Washington, we had so many guys that was getting injured and things like that. So I would think to do the same thing with guys getting injured, having all our injury problems with, it seemed like each week it was an injury happening. So it was like,
Everybody.
all right, like it was. So we
Right.
just like, all right, like let's tone it down. We don't need to have any more injuries. And it's no right or wrong answer, but it was definitely an adjustment for me going from that and then going to Coach Reed. I felt like Coach Reed, we were running 150 plus plays a day in training camp and things like that. So it was definitely an adjustment. But just that mindset that you had to bring every day to training camp, knowing what you was going to have to go through day in and day out. It's just that same mindset, that same work ethic mentality that you want all the guys, through the whole locker room to have.
Hopefully that's what happens. I'll let you go here. You don't get to say family because that's the easy answer to my question. What is
All
your
right.
favorite part about coming back home besides being back with your family?
I would say two things. Just even when I got traded, just the love and the support that I feel like all the Redskins fans kind of showed me. The since the day I got traded, the 2 years in Kansas City. So one being able to come back and play in front of those fans again, and two would just be getting to work with the coaching staff. You hear so many great things about Rivera and his coaching staff. Me hearing about Coach Harris with my brothers and things like that. So just being able to get to work with the coaching staff, the guys that are in the locker room, that front seven, that rush up there in the front. So I'm just excited to get to work with those guys and just play in front of the fans.
Kendall, thank you very much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. And at some point, we're going to see each other in person. And do you remember when I saw you at the Super Bowl and you played catch with the South American reporter for like 10 minutes?
Yeah, I do remember
What
that.
was that?
I don't know. I was just trying to avoid interviews, honestly.
you ended up doing like, didn't you do magic tricks with some dude for a little while too?
I did magic tricks and I played catch for I don't know how long. So that was a lot of interviews I dodged right there.
It was. But me and Michael Phillips waited you out. We
Yeah.
put the time in.
I wasn't trying to avoid y'all though. It was all the other reporters I didn't know.
Of course.
Yeah,
Look, man, I appreciate it. Stay safe. This is a crazy time. All my best to you and your family. Take this stuff seriously. It's wild, and hope I can't wait to see you on a football field. It means we both get to leave our house.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. You stay safe too.
Thanks, man. Take care.